Magnezone. What if I told you there's a controversy surrounding this Pokemon that has been flying under the radar since this Pokemon's introduction? A controversy that'll have you arguing with your friends like it's the infamous dress all over again. And I hope by the end of this video, we could put an end to this debate. Now, when you look at Magnezone, how many eyes does it have? 2 or 3? The answer? We don't know. Because apparently Pokemon themselves don't even know. Now when I realized this, the thought that I had been looking at this Pokemon wrong for 17 years almost made me throw up. In Pokemon Go, Shadow Pokemon have the distinct feature of glowing red eyes. Now if we take a look at Shadow Magnezone, it looks like this. But what makes this controversy even juicier is that Shadow Magnezone used to look like this, but was then changed to remove the red part in the central area. Now this should confirm that the middle segment isn't an eye, right? Well, it's not that easy. Legends Arceus came out January 28th, 2022, and would throw us for another loop. Because when a Pokemon evolves in Legends Arceus, its eyes glow. And as you can see, when Magnezone evolves, its middle eye clearly glows. So case closed, right? Well, within the same game, when Magnezone falls asleep, the two outer eyes fall asleep, while the central part does not, making it seem again like the central part isn't an eye. As of the most recent games, Scarlet and Violet, it still behaves in this manner. This Pokemon was starting to drive me crazy. Now this could just be a quirk that the middle eye has. After all, it makes Magnezone seem much more menacing if the middle eye never closes. But this got me thinking. You see, I started to wonder how all these years I've never seen that middle segment as an eye. And then it hit me. It's because whenever we see Magnezone animated, this middle segment doesn't act like any other eye we see in Pokemon. It doesn't do the classic swirls when it's fainted in the anime. It doesn't close when the Pokemon falls asleep. While it might make sense to be an eye, it doesn't act like an eye, furthering the ambiguity of what that part of Magnezone is supposed to be. Another big factor against the middle segment being an eye is whenever Magnezone shows any sort of emotion, it's always the two outer eyes while the middle one remains unchanged. It doesn't even blink. No other Pokemon with multiple segments or unconventional eyes acts like this. The Pokédex entries for Magnezone don't seem to help too much, only confirming that there are 3 units that make up the Pokemon, but never really clearly states if it's an eye or not. Now Bulbapedia takes the stance that the middle segment is an eye. When describing Magnezone, its main eye is in the center, containing a large red pupil. On each side of its body, it has a ball-shaped addition, with each side containing an eye. Magnezone appears to be based on the concept of a fused Magneton, one of the Magnemite taking a larger form, and the remaining 2 Magnemite taking the forms of the smaller bodies on each side. For the most part, it would seem like the art in Pokemon cards would agree, as the way Magnezone is often depicted insinuate that the middle part is an eye. So what's the answer? Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there is no definitive answer. But this is where you guys come in. Let's settle this debate. Let me know if you think Magnezone's middle part is an eye or not. Maybe if we bring enough attention to it, we can get a straight answer. And if there's anything I missed, please let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao fellas.